Hi guys, it's Julia from JM Squared Vintage. I am back here today with a really quick ship with me. These are orders that came in basically since last night. I've had guests in for the last, I think 4 days, and my guest room doubles as my office. So I've really been shipping things kind of as they come in whenever I can get a second to get in. So anyway, this is everything that came in since last night. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm excited to show you kind of what it sold for, so on and so forth. So first up here, we've got this beautiful little like summer weight blazer. It's 100% linen from Lungo Larno. It's Italian linen company. It's got this beautiful crochet detail right around the front. This was one I picked up at the bins for $1. Get this set up a little bit better here. And I had it listed initially for $30. And you know, when it comes to linen, I will pretty much pick up any Italian linen that I see. It's just the best of the best, and you know, it doesn't necessarily matter what brand it is, it will probably sell no matter what. So again, I got this one at the bins for $1. I had it listed for $30, excuse me, and I got an offer in for $20, which I did accept. Again, the cost on this was $1, so my profit ended up being about $15 on this, which, you know, this I knew was going to be kind of a quick sale as long as I could move it while it was still warm. You know, we're kind of, in the rest of the country, you're kind of tiptoeing into fall, so linen sales are going to come down a little bit. You know, they'll still be strong in those areas where, you know, you have warm weather all year long, but that's just not the truth for most of the country. And listen, as somebody who lives in Southern California, guys, tell me how wonderful and crisp your fall is. I am originally from the Northeast. I am very used to beautiful, crisp fall with, you know, changing leaves and that smell. Like, I don't know how to describe that smell, but if you know, you know. And we just don't have that here. Don't get me wrong, I love California, I love the warm weather. And it's really, really great when the rest of the country is buried under snow. But right now, I'm missing my fall. I'm missing my Halloween vibes that I would get in the Northeast. This one's going to Florida, it makes sense. So that'll get worn all year long. Next up, this was kind of my first foray into maternity wear. I knew A Pea in the Pod was a pretty good company, and I saw this at the bins, so I grabbed it. I thought this was, if there was ever a time or a piece to try it with, this would be a really good one. It's very simple, it's very classic, it's black, you know, it's stretchy, it's comfy, it's not a super polarizing style. This is a little tunic top, size medium. And I had it listed for like a little textured fabric. So, you know, it's something that'll look good, it's pretty classic. And I would imagine that the mother who is going to be wearing this can soon move this on out of her closet once she has given birth. It's that kind of classic style. So I had this listed for $32. Again, this was kind of my first maternity piece that I had ever really listed, so I wasn't quite sure what these types of things go for. I only really had it in my store for 2 weeks, so it sold pretty quickly. But I had it listed for $32, and I got an offer for $16, and that's like really on the edge of like where I will engage a buyer. You know, if you're kind of offering me below 50% of what I'm asking, like, I'm not entirely sure that we're gonna come to agreement on a price. So I had it listed for $32. She offered me $16, and I countered back with $25, to which she countered back with $22, which I accepted. So all in, this was a $16.60 profit for me, which is great. You know, a good foray, definitely, you know, very classic, kind of trendless maternity pieces are something I'll keep my eye out for. So next up here, I've got this absolutely stunning sweater from Saks Fifth Avenue. I found this literally hanging from the bins like by one sleeve, and I was actually picking it up to put it back in the bins because, you know, like do your part while you're in there. And I felt it and I'm like, oh my God, that's cashmere. And then I look at the tag and oh my God, it's from Saks Fifth Avenue. And oh my God, it's in near perfect condition. So this was probably a good $400 sweater when it was bought new, which is crazy that it ended up in the bins. But I got it for, again, $1, and I had it listed at $68. Now I did find this kind of in the dead of summer, so I wasn't expecting it to move super quickly, but I listed it at $68 and I got an offer for $50, which I gladly accepted. This is a great sweater, that's a great price, it's a great profit, and this is just one of those sweaters that'll be in the buyer's closet, hopefully forever. It's a super classic style with that quarter zip mock neck. And again, in perfect condition. I think I needed to give it like 20 seconds of a quick detail under the arm because that's, you know, really where cashmere wears. But other than that, like perfect. I would guess that this was maybe worn one, maybe 2 times. Put this in a big one. These are the kind of pieces that I just love to find. You know, I'm never gonna get what Saks, you know, charges for it. Of course, I'm not Saks Fifth Avenue. But it is nice to be able to catch these pieces kind of before they, you know, go to a landfill or go, you know, overseas and get them back into full use. And I think, yeah, this one's going up to Alaska, which is pretty cool. I mean, hopefully this will keep somebody nice and toasty. So, all in on this, my earnings were $39 after my cost, and I am mighty happy about it. Next up here, I've got this incredible dress from Mayo Melly. I'd never heard of the brand before, but I felt the silk as I was kind of digging through the racks, and I knew it was something special. Mayo Melly, like, I didn't find much about this brand, and I have no clue how I'm gonna fold this. I guess I'm just gonna have to wing it. But it is floor length, lined in 100% cotton. Of course, the shell is 100% silk. It's got slits up the legs, and it is just beautiful. I can see this being used as like a wedding dress for a beach wedding. I mean, it's just beautiful, and it fits. Like, it has a very stretchy fit without looking cheap, and I don't know how else to describe that. Like, the neckline here stretches, so if you have a small bust, it'll lay like it, you know, normally would. If you have a larger bust, it'll stretch to accommodate that without looking like it's pulling. This was just such a cool find. So I hadn't found many comps on this. I think I found one of the same dress but in a different color, and it had sold for like 32 or 33. So I listed this at 38, and I had it for, you know, a couple weeks. I want to say it sold after just about 3 weeks, and it was a full price sale, so it popped through. I sold it for $38. The cost on this was $1, so my profit ended up being $29.40. So super happy about that, and I really think that this is a pretty special dress. Like, this is hopefully going to make the buyer feel really, really gorgeous. It's all we can hope for, and off it goes. If I can get the label off, there we go. And finally, bringing out the big box here. The last sale is, it's one from my personal closet, and some of you will know what this is. Some of you will have never seen it before, but this is the Amazon coat, the famous Amazon coat. And I bought this a couple years back, and I gotta tell you, I think I got it when it was on sale, and it was like $75. And the price normally was 100. Avalanche over there. And I think the price has since gone up to about 150. And I got it kind of on a whim. I, again, lived in the mountains of Utah. I had access to the best ski gear in the world, but I loved the style of this. It's kind of oversized, a little military look, lots of pockets and whatnot. And I gotta tell you, I was pretty floored by the quality of this. For the price, it is down. This is actually a down coat. It is incredibly warm. It is lined, it's got like a Sherpa lined hood. It's nice and puffy. You can kind of zip up the sides if you need a little bit more room in the seat. But what happened was I ended up finding this kind of oversized black Jill Sander puffy jacket, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that Jill Sander is my favorite designer. She designs a little bit oversized. So I just was reaching for that more than this. So it was time to move this on. Now this is down, so this will actually fit in here nicely. It was time to move this on to a new owner. Since I really didn't have much wear at all, it was probably worn 4 or 5 times. I just found myself, if I was going out in the cold, I was reaching for a ski jacket, or I was reaching for my little lightweight Patagonia, or I was reaching for my Jill Sander. So, also add in the fact that I moved to Southern California and I just don't need as many jackets as I used to. So I paid $75 for this, probably 2 or 3 years ago. Again, it's been kept impeccably. Apologies for this. And I had it listed for $68. That goes in line with roughly the rest of the other ones that I saw out there. And I got an offer for $50 and I accepted. Sorry. So glad to be getting this on its way and in the hands of a new owner. I'm just gonna kind of count my costs as 0 on this just because it was already mine. So effectively my earnings on this were $39. And honestly guys, this is a really great jacket. If it's something that you have been eyeing up on Poshmark or on Amazon and you're just not sure about guys, it's nice. And once again, I'm a quality nerd. I've had access to the best ski gear. This was priced incredibly. This feels like cost from a much more, expensive brand. So that is it, guys. I am gonna get all these beasts to the post office. It is, back to the surface of the sun here in Southern California. So guys, send all of your cool fall weather my way. I would really like it. But in the meantime, guys, have a great week. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one.